everyone. Thank you very much for tuning into this Match Official Strategy webinar. My name is Neil Graham, Head of Training Education at Scottish Rugby. I'm joined today by Graham Hastie, who is President of the Scottish Rugby Referees Association. It's brilliant to have everyone dial in and listen to an update on the strategy, which has been ongoing for the last 6 months. Really pleased to be in a position to be able to present this to you. I'm going to hand over to Graham now just to give us a bit of an introduction to it before going through some more details.
As President of the Scottish Rugby Referees Association, I'm proud to be involved in the launch of this match official strategy and would like to personally thank all those involved in producing it. This strategy will help to improve the profile of match officiating throughout the Scottish game. We have produced a match official strategy for the whole game, from grassroots to high performance. It was developed collaboratively by Scottish Rugby, the Scottish Rugby Referees Association, and the 6 referees societies. And the working groups involved in the creation included representation from all the levels of the match official community. Our vision is that rugby in Scotland has the necessary quality and resources of match officials to deliver a fantastic rugby experience for all, and at the same time maintaining match official representation at the highest international level.
So in terms of why we have developed this match official strategy, there is a decline in the number of people taking up match officiating and being retained in it. And that has come from a number of different data sources that are available to us and from feedback from clubs and schools and referee societies. There is a lack of diversity within the match official community, and particularly within women and girls, which is very much underrepresented. We need clarity on the match officiating pathways and opportunities available to people to progress. And one of the main reasons behind the strategy is to give people an opportunity to reset the collaborative approach to how we create a dynamic pipeline of match officials for the coming years. And that includes how our regional rugby development teams interact with the referee societies and how in collaboration with one another, we look to build a much stronger and robust match official pathway and community. So the match official strategy has 6 high-level strategic objectives. First one is to produce world-class match officials who will be ever-present on the European and world stage. We've obviously had a lot of success recently with likes of Mike, Holly and Sam receiving representation on the European and world stage, which is fantastic. The objective there, which will be highlighted a bit more from Andrew in a moment, is to look at how we can continue that progress and how to strengthen our presence at the top of the game. Number 2 is to improve the quality and consistency of match officiating. 3 is to increase the number and diversity of match officials to support the growth of the game. And that's at all age groups, clubs, school and society. Number 4 is to improve match official retention rates at all levels of the game. So that's including how we keep people who are currently match officiating in the game, but also look at how we progress and transition current match officials into other roles, such as referee coaches and mentors and performance reviewers. Number 5 is about improving standards of referee coaching at all levels of the game. Referee coaching being a key component of improving the quality of the game. And 6 is to streamline and strengthen match official governance at all levels, looking at how we make strategic decisions, how we invest and how we support our societies, clubs and schools to continually progress and increase and improve standards of match officiating. So I'm just going to hand over now to Andrew McPherson, who's going to take you through the strategic objective number 1 regarding world-class match officials.
Our first objective is to produce world-class match officials who will be ever present on the European and world stage. In season 2020-21, both Mike Adamson and Holly Davidson took charge of top men's and women's internationals, with Mike ending a long wait for a male Scottish referee in a Six Nations match when he took charge of England versus Italy in February. In addition, Sam Grove-White and Ben Blaine were involved in internationals throughout the season, and both Sam and Holly were selected to referee at the Tokyo Olympics in July 2021. In order to maintain this success, we want to undertake a recruitment campaign aimed at high-performance female officials, develop a high-performance match official academy, and introduce a mentoring programme for up-and-coming high-performance officials to help ease the transition into our system. Alongside that, we want to work to target high-level ex-players to take up the whistle after their playing career has come to an end.
Thanks, Andrew. Objective 2 is about improving the quality and consistency of match officiating across the board. Some of the highlights within the strategic plan are to develop a match official academy within each society. So we are aware that some societies already have a match official academy. However, the strategy will look to consolidate that and look at strengthening the academies that are on offer, and to ensure that each society has an academy for aspiring match officials, which can hopefully add to that pipeline of match officials for the future. In line with the technical blueprint, there will be a match officiating blueprint developed, and that will support match officials at all levels of the game in terms of how they referee, but also in terms of what they referee, aligned to World Rugby and age grade law variations. And that will provide a backbone for all of our resources that are produced and help the referee coaching process as well. There will be a new match official qualification CPD pathway introduced, and in fact, much of that work for the entry-level qualifications has already been launched with courses running this month. We will also review and update the accreditation process for match officials that at the moment is every 3 years. There'll be a relicensing process moving forward. There'll be a new accreditation process that will supersede that situation. So let's hand over to David Drummond now, who's going to talk through objective number 3.
It was great to work with a member of each of the referee societies, as well as Scottish Rugby staff, as we determined the key priorities that would support the important area of recruitment and retention of match officials in our game. We had some really good discussions which crossed over a number of different parts of this strategy, but specifically for recruitment and retention, this comes down to 2 key objectives. The first one being to increase the number and diversity of match officials to support the growth of the game. And to help us deliver this objective, we want to introduce some key programmes and initiatives. The first one being a new match officials recognition programme, much like our community recognition awards that we delivered earlier this year, where we celebrated the achievements of volunteers in our game. We want to develop a new marketing campaign. This will allow us to reach as wide an audience as we can and try and pull them into refereeing. We know that one of the barriers to females taking up the whistle is taking that first step, often into a male-dominated environment. So we're going to introduce female-specific workshops and courses. Finally, we need to better communicate our revised match official pathway, which can be seen here. Better promotion of this pathway will raise awareness of opportunities within officiating, whether that's taking charge in the middle or supporting roles connected with the development of our match officials. There's a variety of entry points in supporting roles for match officials, whether that's in mini rugby or progressing to the elite end, so we'd encourage everyone to consider the options available. Our next objective put forward by our working group was to improve the match official retention rates at all levels of the game. To support this, we're looking to introduce a newly qualified match official role into each of the 6 societies, and to help bring new referees into societies and equip them with all the skills and knowledge needed to progress as a match official. We also want to see an annual national event where all new match officials come together and support their transition as they begin their journey as a referee, learning from and working with some of our more experienced officials in our game.
Thanks, David. Objective number 5 is to improve the standards of referee coaching at all levels of the game. Referee coaching was high up on the priority list of the technical group who looked after this area. Vari Hay and her team led on the discussions in this area, and it's fantastic that we're able to produce a strategy that recognises the role of the referee coach and looks to develop those people in those key coaching roles within our match official community. So the strategic plan looks to ensure that the referee coach and the role of the coach in our game is prioritised and more support given to those individuals. And just like a coach is to a player, the referee coach is really, really important to ensuring the quality and consistency of officiating it takes place throughout our game. So some of the highlights within the strategy, there will be a referee coach coordinator appointed within each referee society, and that person will be to coordinate and recruit and develop new match official coaches who can then support up and coming referees at different levels of the game. To coincide with that, there will be an elite referee coach program for talented coaches across our game, so recognising those who can take the step up to support referees of the future. And we'll introduce a new referee coaching program, including new courses in CPD for current match official coaches and also future coaches who we can look to develop to support even more referees as we develop through the strategy. Objective number 6 is about streamlining and strengthening match official governance at all levels. So the development of the strategy was done very much in a collaborative way with Scottish Rugby, the Scottish Rugby Referees Association and referee societies working hand in hand over the course of the last 6 months to develop the strategy. As part of an effort to maintain ongoing relationships and continue to build really effective working partnerships in our regions, a new match official strategic board will be developed to oversee the strategic implementation. This strategic board will have representatives from Scottish Rugby, the Scottish Rugby Referees Association, referee society members, and also the Scottish Rugby Referees Association Council member. This will help the governance of the whole operation of delivering the strategy, ensure that the strategy is on track, and also providing support and feedback to the operational groups that will carry out the more detailed work within the strategy. We will clearly define the roles and responsibilities of all key stakeholders through this strategy, and that will help people understand their role within match officiating and how each of the key stakeholders support each other. We will introduce regional advisory groups. These will involve representation from regional teams and referee societies. And these regional advisory groups are there as a support vehicle, as a way to ensure that the strategy is being implemented in each region, and to help the referee societies, regional teams and development officers and clubs and schools to connect, so that we're all working off the same hymn sheet to develop match officials. So next steps. In August, we will be delivering a series of regional workshops. These workshops will be for regional Scottish Rugby development teams and referee societies, as well as development officers, to delve deeper into the strategy before engaging with clubs and schools. And then in September, the implementation plan will be confirmed for 21-22 with some key targets and measurables in place. If you have any questions or queries about this match official strategy, please contact Rugby Development on the email on your screen, or please contact any of the Scottish Rugby regional teams, regional directors or managers, or indeed any of the referee societies. We hope you've enjoyed this webinar, and we look forward to engaging with you more to develop this pipeline for match officials for the future. Thank you very much.